Let's take a comfortable seat. You can rest your hands in your lap and bring your attention in to your own heart. Coming into the place where you deeply know your own innate goodness, that which nobody can take away from you. When you travel inward, you can think of it actually like coming through the layers of the koshas. So you have this outer life and this physical body, the tangible body. And deeper into that is your breath body, your vital body. And deeper into that is the body of your senses, also your mind, the habitual part of the mind mostly, the easily conditioned part of the mind. Deeper than that is this inner wisdom, vijnana, a wisdom deeper than the habitual mind. And most indwelling is this Ananda, this inner place, love and belonging. And though we call it an inner place, because it's very intimate and abiding, it is also everything, it is all that is. But this is a structure of language when we speak about yoga, that Anandamaya Kosha is the innermost kosha, and it is also that which is all-pervading. It is everywhere. It is in each one of us and not contained by any one of us. When we rest in it, we have our experience of feeling interconnected, interdependent. We might call it the experience of non-separateness. So when you're breathing in and breathing out, just try to sense that journey that it brings you most deeply in and lets you feel most connected outward, but without the hindrance of the narrative of he said, she said, the narrative of past or future, the narratives of self and other. Please bring your hands together at your heart. We'll chant the Gayatri mantra together. Om Bhurva Suvah Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimoi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayata. Om Bhurva Suvah Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimoi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayata. Om Bhurva Suvah Vetor Varenyam Bargo Devasyori Moye Diyo Yona Prachodayata Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Hari Om. And with your exhale, you may bow your head to your heart. Release your hands. And a little bit of pranayama. We'll start with that so we can feel how it influences our capacity in our practice. So turn your palms face up, please, out to the side. And when you inhale, fill the low third of the belly first, then the middle third of the torso, and then the upper third of the breath. When you exhale, make a tiny straw of the lips and bring your palms down and down into Anjali Mudra, blowing slowly out through the mouth. Turn your palms face out. Begin again. Inhale first, middle, pace your arms, upper third. Exhale to blow out. Again, inhale, palms up. And you're trying to pace the breath with the movement of your arms and your arms with your breath. And exhale. Now interlace your fingers. Inhale the heels of your hands forward. Rise up first, middle and upper third. Lift your gaze at the top. Blow out like a straw. Return your head to Jalandhar Bandha. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, as the heels of the hands go forward, you do first, middle, and upper third. At the upper third, lift your gaze, open your throat. Exhale. Again, on the exhale, we are returning the head to Jalandhar Bandha. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Relax a moment. Now we're going to repeat a practice from last week or the week prior that Susie asked me a question about. So we'll do several strong, rapid exhales out the mouth, and that'll get us ready to do 8 sips of air for the inhale with 1 continuous exhale. And so we'll do Bhastrika about 10 times. We'll inhale to hold, we'll exhale to release, and then we're going to do inhale, inhale, inhale 8 times, sipping the air up. And then we'll exhale out the straw, lips, quietly, slowly releasing the exhale. Okay, let's begin with about 10 times Bhastrika. Inhale through your nose. You're going to hold the breath at the top. Exhale out the nose. deeply relax. And then concentrate on 8 tiny sips of inhale to fill up the torso. Breathing through the nose. And when you get to the top, you hold the breath in. Exhale like a straw. Deeply relax. Bastrika 10 times. Inhale through the nose. Hold the breath at the top. Exhale through the nose. A long, complete exhale. Tone the low belly at the end of your exhale so you're squeezing the breath out. And deeply relax. And now 8 tiny sips of inhale up to the top to hold. Exhale like a straw. And then deeply relax. And let's take this with us into our physical practice. Please come up to standing with your yoga strap. I have to make sure I don't get things tangled here. Just a moment. Okay. Okay, so with the yoga strap, come up to stand in mountain pose. Do I have the right camera, Susie? I'll just check. Did I turn this one on? Let me make sure. Yeah, it's on. Okay, and then I go. Oh, maybe I forgot to make you co-host. I'm sorry, honey. Sorry. I missed a step. Okay, so when you take the strap, you make it like a loop that's going to be shoulder width apart for your hands. Like this. Okay, and stand so that you're in mountain pose to start. Catch the strap in one hand so it's not going to hit you in the face. And then raise both arms up. Now press out against the strap with your wrists. As you raise up for the inhale, notice any additional sense of space or ease that you have in the belly, what you've been able to create with the pranayama. As you exhale, bend your knees and sit down to chair pose. As you inhale, rise back up and lift your gaze at the top. Exhale, bend your knees, come down to chair pose, gaze forward on the floor ahead of you. Inhale, rise up. Look up at the top of the inhale. Exhale, bend your knees and sit down, gazing forward and down. Last one. Inhale, press down to rise up. Look up at the top. Exhale, bend your knees, come down to chair pose. Doesn't have to be the deepest chair pose you've done. Release the strap and inhale, rise up, upward hands pose. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take a wide stance on your mat. Turn your toes and knees out and come down to jazz dance warm-up pose. Yeah, we haven't changed the name for this. We didn't get a new one. So when you come down, don't let the hips go lower than your knees, which is only an indication if you're in the hyper-flexible or bendy-wendy club. Otherwise, when you come down, stretch out through your inner thighs, out to your knees. Root into your outer heels and your big toes. Now I'm going to ask you to gaze down and to start the inhale while you're gazing down. But to bring the inhale, keeping your jazz dance warm-up pose, you're going to inhale and gaze up at the top. And then exhale and return your head to Jalandhara Bandha, so you're gazing down. And try that again. The movement of the breath on the inhale, you're still doing first, middle, and upper third, and you're lifting your gaze at the upper third part of the breath. Try it twice more, please. Now press down into both feet, make your feet parallel, and come forward to Prasara to Paratanasana. We will use the strap again, but you can put it aside for now. Walk your hands forward so you're on your fingertips. And as you lengthen your spine, reach your hips back, and let's do the Ujjayi breath now without moving the head. So you're not going to be lifting your chin forward at this time. Listen for the Ujjayi breath. Try to make the pace between inhale and exhale equal. And do that for 2 more breath cycles. Really concentrate on the evenness of the breath, the equalness of the breath. Include the pauses in your breath cycle, even if they're brief. Now place your hands and step backwards to downward dog pose. So in your downward dog pose, let's keep the pose really steady but vibrant, and see if you can continue with the inhale equal to your exhale. Try to sense the inhale does have permission to both start at the pelvic floor and rise up to your collarbones and the back of your heart. And the exhale does have permission to tone the deep low belly quite completely. And then please come forward to table pose. Keeping your left hand grounded, step your right hand way forward. Touch the left elbow down temporarily, so it's underneath your left shoulder, and walk the right hand a little bit more forward like itsy bitsy spider. Release the weight of your head. Enjoy a deep breath in. Exhale, press down, come to table pose. Step forward with your left fingertips. Touch the right elbow down. Inhale as you come down. Exhale, press into your right hand. Return to table pose. Okay. Right side forward. Inhale. Press down to table pose. Exhale. Left side, inhale. Push down, exhale, table pose. And take one block, reach back to child's pose. One block for your head. And then walk your hands back towards your knees. And please watch me for a moment, I'm going to demonstrate. So when we were doing that little bit of walking there, we're using a reflex with the bent arm, the push reflex. We're using the reflex with the straight arms called the reaching reflex. So these are reflexes in us, they're already in your brain and your body. And we're making them rhythmic with the breath itself. So in case you missed it, I'll just show once and then I'm going to add to the sequence. So on the inhale, the hand steps forward, even though you're going to reach your hips back. And you complete the inhale, and then you exhale, push down to come. And this pushing with the left arm is how you come back to table pose. So here's the inhale. And then the exhale. So let's do that once more for about 2 or 3 breath cycles, two or three rounds I should say, and see if you can get a sense of the push reflex, which is different than the reaching reflex. So place both hands. Now with the pace of your inhale, start with your right hand. You inhale to reach, even though the hips go back and the elbow comes down. And then exhale to push. Left hand. Exhale. Right hand. Exhale. Left hand. Exhale. Now inhale, cow pose. And exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale up, cow pose. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale up, cow pose. Last one, exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale up. And exhale, reach back, child's pose. So what we're doing there is shifting physiologically the pressure system in the chest and the heart and your lungs. We're also shifting the reflex, the reach reflex, the push reflex. Those are very different than a reflex for withdrawal, for example. So reaching, This is part of our social engagement reflex. And pressing down like we were doing to rise up is kind of our the reflex for courage and motivation. Okay, let's put this into the sun salutation, and we'll be using Salambhasana in today's sun salutation. So you can put 2 blocks at the front of your mat and we'll get ourselves going. Salambhasana is also in English called flying locust pose, flying bug pose. And please rise up to standing. Join your hands together at your heart. The reflexes that I'm talking about are universal. They're not limited to one language or one age or IQ or skin color. They're universal reflexes. Like this one, the hands together, like a reflex of humility or gratitude, appreciation. This happens worldwide, not only in yoga positions like this. Okay, Ujjayi, inhale, sweep your arms up and look up at the top. Exhale, energize your legs and bow forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, glide your heart forward and look forward. Exhale, left toes back. Inhale to rise. It's a reaching reflex. And exhale to descend, kind of the reflex of surrender. Inhale, step forward, heart forward. Exhale, right toes back. Inhale to rise. Exhale, descend. You're doing beautifully, thank you. Inhale backwards, downward dog without your blocks. So exhale, forward to plank. Inhale, knees, chest, and chin. Exhale onto the belly. Arms straight back. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lower. Arms out to the side, T-shape. Inhale to rise, Salambhasana. Exhale to lower, arms out in front like Superman. Inhale to rise, Salambhasana. Exhale, hands beneath your head like a little pillow. Hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, push to plank pose. That's the pushing reflex. Rise up into downward dog pose. And now inhale, raise your right leg high to one-legged dog pose. And you can feel inside the lift of your leg is the reflex for reaching. And then exhale, float your right foot forward. Root down through your heel. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge, the reaching reflex. Exhale, arms wide as you bow forward. Think of it like a kind of surrender. Go ahead and use the blocks if it's easier for you to step backwards. And then inhale, raise your left leg high. Notice the reaching reflex. And exhale, left foot forward. Inhale to rise. And exhale to descend. Inhale, step forward, heart forward. And exhale to bow towards your legs. Energize your leg muscles. Inhale, first third, Middle third rising up. Upper third reaching with your gaze as well as your hands. Exhale to the heart. Humble in the heart and in the mind. Same thing again. So breathe in, looking up. Exhale to descend. Om Bhargava. Inhale, heart forward. Left toes back. Suva. Inhale to rise. Reaching reflex. Descending. Tatsavitor. Stepping forward. Inhale. Right foot back. Varenyam. Inhale to rise. Descending. Bhargodeva. Downward dog pose. Plank pose. Yodimai. Knees, chest, and chin. Exhale onto your belly. Take your arms straight back towards the wall behind you. Okay, inhale. This time raise your arms and your legs, Salambhasana. Exhale, lower down. Arms in a T shape. Inhale to go up, Salambhasana. Arms and legs. Exhale, lower down. Arms forward. Inhale, rise up, Salambhasana. Exhale, lower down. Make a pillow of your hands for your head. Hands beneath your shoulders. Here comes the push reflex. Curl your toes under. Inhale, push up. Exhale, reach back. Notice that even here in downward dog pose, there is a combination with the arms for the push and the reaching reflex. They are together. Then inhale, raise your right arm high, right leg high, excuse me. So the reaching reflex may seem obvious. It's reaching towards something, reaching for something. On the exhale, bring your right foot forward. Press down to rise up. Reaching reflex. Exhale. Dhyayana. Downward dog. Exhale. Prachodaya. Then inhale, raise your left leg high. And exhale, float your left foot forward. Press into your left heel, right toes. Inhale to soar upwards. And exhale to descend. Arms wide, forward and down. Place the two blocks, please. Inhale, step forward, heart forward. When you exhale, come down towards your legs and press into the blocks. That's the push reflex. Then inhale to rise, upward hands pose. And exhale to the heart. The reflex of humility, appreciation, a sense of our interconnectedness, our interbeingness with each other. So the push reflex, the push is like pushing out. What am I saying no to? the push reflex, what am I not allowing in? Like something, let's say, toxic or overwhelming or inappropriate, or something that would derail your path. Right? And the reaching reflex is saying, what am I reaching towards? What am I willing to reach for? And how do I reach out? What do I do with that? So this should have felt like a little bit of a heat in your practice. So now we're going to do a cooling pranayama and see what that's like. So you can check and see your temperature in the pranayama. So I'd like you to take a seat with your block. You'll need your yoga strap. Take the block like this. Sit on the medium height. We call that zazen. And take the yoga strap. You're going to place it behind you so your wrists go in the strap. And when you take it behind you, set both shoulders back. Give a good strong squeeze to the shoulders. Press your arms back, whatever amount your arms go. And the arms should go from the shoulder, not from the wrist, not from the fingers, but really from your shoulders. Bring your chin down towards your throat. So now what we'll do here on the inhale, you're going to be breathing in through the nose, and you'll slowly raise your gaze so that at the top third of the breath, you are at the high point of your inhale. And then exhale, blow out the lips like a tiny straw. Bring your chin down towards your throat, squeeze the arms back, and keep your chest open on the front. Inhale again, first third, middle third, and upper, where you raise your gaze and your chin. And exhale out through the tiny straw of the lips as you bring your chin back down to Jalandhara Bandha. One more. Release the strap to be nearby. Place your palms face down on your lap. And now, without raising the head, we're going to practice sitali. This is the breath that you do through the straw, where you make the tongue slightly out like the shape of a straw. And the exhale is going to be through the nose. For those of you for whom your tongue doesn't curl, because genetically it doesn't do this, you're going to place the tip of the tongue behind the top two teeth, and you'll still inhale through the open mouth like an air conditioning unit. Like this. Let's begin. At your own pace, 5 times, please. the end of the next exhale, relax completely. Now please take your blocks. We're going to return to a practice we did for the heart a couple of days ago. Let's take one block on the medium setting. Remember, I'm raising this up from Monday. One block on the tall setting like this. The strap should be available to you. I'm going to place the base of your shoulder blades at the first edge of the block. And the block under the head should just go maybe as low as the occiput, but not lower than that. So if you want to check where the block under the shoulder blades is, you squeeze the shoulder blades in towards the spine, and you should feel your shoulder blades pressing on that block, and a little lift on the sternum. That's how you'll know that you're in the right spot. And reach for your yoga strap. Place your wrists in here. And go up and over. Now your head is going to be automatically in Jalandhara Bandha because the head is so much higher on this block. Your arms may or may not go past your ears. Either way, it's okay. Allow the breath to come down into the lower 2/3 of the torso right now. If you're able to gently encourage the breath to sort of waft up into the heart, so not like you're making a huge effort, but that the breath could waft upwards towards your heart, go ahead and sense into that. And think of the exhale like your body sighing. Not like a formal pranayama of any sort of counting or anything, but just like a sigh. So the inhale may be subtle, but can it come either into the first 2/3 of your torso, or perhaps it wafts up into the heart, like when the fragrance of the stargazer lily wafts into the air. Now please release the yoga strap and take the block that's been under your head and tip it down to the medium height. For this one, I'm going to ask you to reach back with your hands and hold underneath the block, so that when you place the block down, you're actually going to press your head gently back into the block while you pull up against the block. And then your elbows have some traction to work against, so you have this pressing reflex with the head pressing back. and the reflex of pulling with the hands actually pulling up. Don't let the block actually rise. The head and the hands are working in opposition right now. As you raise your elbows, energize your upper back and your shoulder blades. And then releasing that, take the block that's under your head on the flat setting and take your gaze overhead. The arms can go out into a T shape. So this, of course, is more of a gesture of surrender again. The arms go out to the sides. You can think of this like an air conditioning pose, right? Yesterday in our restorative yoga class, Mari's dog was there. Mari's in Alaska. She's in Anchorage. And her dog was in his special chair, lying on his back with all limbs up and the head arched back and looking so relaxed and so not overheated. Now momentarily raise both arms up towards the ceiling. Float both arms overhead. Stretch both legs straight out. Enjoy a deep breath in. And when you're ready to, you're going to exhale and raise the arms up. Raise your head, bring your chin towards your throat. Rise up to sitting. Put the block aside. Please do not hit your head on the other block. Take both blocks and both feet to Paratanasana. Also an air conditioning pose. Right, it lets the air conditioning poses are the ones where your body's not compressed. It lets the heat evaporate, a little bit like when the pavement in the summertime is, you see the heat kind of rising up off the pavement, looking to dissipate. Notice how your body has been settling. And for the last minute here, try to sense the interior place to which you go in Shavasana, that which brings you back home. And sense how that most intimate place to which you come home is also connecting you to that which is immense, beyond the skin of your own body, and beyond the present moment, but not held in time. Allowing you to have a sense of connection to all that is, and all that has been, and all that will be. And toning the low belly just enough, please float your knees up to center. And roll to your side. And come up to sitting. Join your hands together at your heart. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Om. You may bow your head to your heart. May there be peace within, peace between us, and peace in all the realms. Thank you, everyone. Namaste. To say hi. Oops, sorry about that. I knocked the microphone against the computer. I think I forgot my glasses, so how will I see you? You'll have to just smile big. Okay, let's see. So funny. I don't know what I'm doing without my glasses. Okay. I think I got it. I'm just going by Braille right now. Okay. How are you feeling?